Hello guys and welcome back. Today we have here, starting with a wrist shot, which is a bit of a different thing for me, is of course the very well known, very beloved Seiko SKX007. And I have here it on a NATO strap because I think this is one of the best NATO strap watches I have. It really goes well, particularly with this black and grey strap, which has become very popular recently. And what you can see here, of course, it's a NATO strap makes it sit high off the wrist, but I think it still sits pretty well, you know, all things withstanding. And of course, this is a very well-known watch, which has been around for years now and represents fantastic value. It's still available to this day in Amazon for just under 200, I think, last time I checked. It's no longer in production as far as I understand, but you know, stock is still available worldwide. This is the Korean, or I should say the non-Japanese model. I think it's currently made in Malaysia. The Japan model has 21 jewels at the bottom half of the dial, written there next to the diver's 200 meters, and it also has made in Japan at the bottom, whereas this one just says diver's 200. And right at the bottom has a bunch of serialized numbers without made in Japan there. And on the case back, the Japan version has Japan just after the serial number, whereas this one does not. Now, many people will know this is the famous Seiko 7S26 movement, which really has bulletproof reliability over its lifetime. This has been known to run for years and years on end without servicing and still keep excellent time. 21,600 beats per minute, quick set day and date there at the 3 o'clock window, 21 jewels. Unfortunately, no manual wind option, but it does have a fairly decent 40-hour reserve. Taking it to the back of the case, we can see here, I'll have to take the NATO strap off to show you the case back. You know, a very nicely engraved back there with a Seiko Divers logo and the serials and details around the side. It does, of course, have a screw-in case back with screw-in crown because it is a proper dive watch. It's an ISO certified dive watch, as many people will know, certified at 200 meters, or at least specified at 200 meters. It is a 42mm case, 13mm thick, and at this size it's got 22mm lugs, which some would argue might be a little bit on the wide side for the 42mm, but it does make the NATO straps easy to size because it's even. It has this you know, beloved matte, flat matte dial with you know, printed brand and model with flat hour markings and minute markings, and Lumibright, Seiko Lumibright, which does raise slightly off the surface if you can you know, look at this watch closely. It's got a Hardlex crystal above, and it's got this, you know, very nice hands. You know, it's an arrow for the minute and a syringe looking hand for the hour. Really, you know, it really doesn't copy anyone. It's its own thing. It's, of course, it's got a dive bezel with 120 click that is conveniently and pleasingly raised above the glass, the Hardlex crystal, which is not sapphire. You can scratch it, but you know, that raising does protect it a bit. Now the band is a little bit disappointing. Now, obviously, as I said, I've swapped it out for a NATO. What I did with the bracelet is I put it on this old Seiko Kinetic, and whilst it's a nice, you know, fairly decent looking Jubilee style, it is disappointing in that it's pressed metal. You can see, you know, how it's pressed metal, so it does have a rather cheap feel. Pressed metal class release, which is a fairly basic class without a diver's extension, and there we have it for the band. Now, what do I really like about this watch? It's you know, it really has its own style. It's not It's not trying to be anything else. It really has an attitude that it just gets on with the job. It doesn't make excuses. It doesn't pretend to be anything that it's not. There's nothing extraneous about the design. It really is a great dive watch, and I can understand why it's been so loved. It's got great value. It's still available for under 200 US in many places. And despite that, it's got a great case design. They haven't shortcutted the case. I mean, look at the sides there, the gentle curves, the brush going into the polished surfaces. It still has some very nice features in it. And of course, the proven bulletproof reliability of this design, this movement. What's not so good? Well, I think weaknesses are mainly of budget. It's got non-applied markers. It's got a fairly flat dial, which is its own character, but it's fairly two-dimensional. No manual wind option, which is can be a little bit of a hassle when you want a quick start or a quick wind up, and of course that very poor bracelet, which I pointed out earlier. So there you have it. That's my kind of particular take on this watch, which I really very much have enjoyed. It's I've taken it to many places, and it does serve very well. It does exactly what it says it's going to do, and I really like it for that. So there you have it. Hope you guys enjoyed the look of this very popular watch. Don't forget to give us a like if you've enjoyed the video. And subscribe if you want to keep in touch with new stuff that I'll put out. Thank you again, guys, and as always, see you again next time.